Hello, this discussion will focus on modes. So this is a part of a series of videos on music theory, basic music theory, which can grow and more advanced, of course, as we progress through this. But we're going to talk about the modal scales, the traditional modal scales today, and that's the seven modes that emanate and are generated from the major scale. So these are the ones that are associated with the major scale only. So I want to use the grid that we had been using in the first video. And if you need to recap that, please look for that first major scale video that I had done on the channel. And of course, please hit subscribe. Love to have you aboard. And I hope this is beneficial for you to understand the modal scales. And again, we're going to use the visual approach for this. So let me share you in. Let's do this. Here we go. Sharing. Okay, so we should have our chart of our scales. I'm going to try to expand this perhaps a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. I just want to make sure that everybody can see this clearly. Okay, so here we have all the major scales again, and we just capping off from the last video. We said that we took the C major to get the sharp scales, and we took the fifth degree, and we brought it over, respelled the scale, and put a sharp on the end. And remember we said that there are your key signatures: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp, the order of sharps. And that comes from the note that you alter to make the major scale. So you see that we did that. We take the fifth over D, we respell the scale, and we raise the seventh to put a sharp on it. And for the flat scales, we did the same thing, C major, only we took the fourth, the F, G, A, B, C, D, E. We put a flat, and we lowered the fourth degree. And then, of course, bring the fourth over, redo it again, lower the fourth degree. And if you look at that, the notes that are altered, that's the flat key signatures: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and F flat, which is the retrograde backwards of the sharps. Okay, so now for the modal scales. What I suggest you do for this after you have your charts, and again, recap the major scale video if you need to. All right, that might make it easier if you just need to brush up on that or if you haven't seen it. But it's very simple. I mean, there are 7 degrees to this major scale, of course, before we repeat. And it's simple. It's just merely a matter of putting the name of the mode scale on the correct degree. So the first degree or major is called Ionian. I'm sure you're familiar with that. The second degree is Dorian. The third degree is Phrygian. The fourth degree is Lydian. The fifth degree is Mixolydian. The sixth degree is Aeolian, and the seventh degree is called Locrian. And I might even put Roman numerals above that because in future videos I'm going to talk about using this matrix to transpose things into other keys, chord sequences, progressions, etc. We're going to do chords, we're going to do intervals, everything from this matrix. Okay, but very simply, I mean, if you look at it in its most simple form, once you do that, you have access to the spelling of any modal scale you like. And then you can really rationalize the construction of all the modal scales. For example, say you're interested in wanting to know what the notes in a B Dorian scale were. Well, you simply go to the second degree and you look for the note B. And you see it and you spell from left to right and wrap around: B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Very simple. And you can see it's related to the A major scale. It's the second degree of it. That's all. If you compare that scale to a B major, which is B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp, you can see that B, C sharp, D, the third note, is lowered. E, F sharp, G sharp, and A, and the seventh note is lower. So instead of a D sharp and an A sharp, you get rid of those two. You make them natural. And you say B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So you can do it that way as well. You can always compare the mode to the parent major, if you like. Likewise, if you were wondering where, what's an F Mixolydian mode, okay? You look, you say Mixolydian is 5, and you look and you go G, D, A, E, okay, F's not here. Must be a flat scale. Oh, there it is. Okay. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat. Very simple. And if you compare that to an F scale, which is F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, you can see that you just lower the 7th. And that's it. You can do it for any mode there. So it's just very important to make sure you have the position of the modes correct. It's so simple. And you can use it visually. And also, if you're an instrumentalist, I'm a guitarist, so for me, it helps me to orient myself to know where I am on the guitar. So if I'm looking to play again the F Mixolydian scale or something, I at least know that it's related to B flat major, and I just know that the resting tone is F. So all of the major scale fingerings or etc., whatever those are, I just know that they're the same as B flat, but I know that the resting tone or the chord or whatever is F. It's not B flat. That's all. So this is just a very simple way to do this. If you look at Aeolian, we know that is the natural minor, so you can say that that's the relative natural minor. So if you're looking for that on any key, if you're looking for the relative minor of any key or any major scale, it's simple. It's just the 6th degree. So if somebody says, okay, what's the relative major scale to F sharp minor, you just go, okay, 6th degree, F sharp. Oh, it's A major. Relative minor of E flat major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C minor. Very simple. And then the spelling of the scale: C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. It's a C natural minor scale, or what they would call an Aeolian mode. So it's just very basic. If you can make that line and put those names above each degree, very simple. And again, for practice or for working with the scales in any manner, if you're a vocalist and you're using a piano, put the chart on the piano, etc. And now you can sing through the scales, the keys, etc. You have every note there. Same for any other instrument, bass, guitar, horns. It doesn't matter. If you're a tenor sax player, you've got it all there. I mean, you basically don't have to look anywhere, and you can see the relationships between each of these modes. So you have everything, really, and you can see very plainly that the modes are just, again, a rotation. You can see it very plainly. The Phrygian scale is the 3rd degree of any major scale, and all you need, whatever scale you need, you just find that letter, the tonic, in the 3rd column. It's a G Phrygian, whatever. You just find it, and you go down. You go, oh, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, or I don't know, B Lydian. Here it is, 4th degree. B, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. So simple. And then you can go back and again do the analysis and then write the scale out or look at the scale and go, what makes that scale different than its the same letter major? And then you can do that evaluation. So it's easy, and again, it can just rationalize it so simply and visually. That's the most important thing, is you can look at this, you can see it, and you can see exactly how the modes line up. It's very simple. It's just a rotation. They just start on a different degree, and they wrap around, so to speak, on the matrix. So I hope this was beneficial. Again, if you like the content and you found this helpful, which I hope you did, please click subscribe. I'm going to do a series of these videos on theory. So again, this is the second one. Please review the first one, which was on major scales, in the playlist on my channel. And if you have any suggestions, definitely let me know. But I will be using this kind of a matrix for everything. Again, to recap, I'm going to be doing intervals with it. I'm going to be doing chord structure with it, transposition, pretty much everything, okay? And just to show you how simple it is to use that matrices or grid or whatever you want to call it to essentially figure out any kind of music theoretical problem, etc., whether it has to do with writing music or performing or practicing, your instrument or voice or whatever it is. Okay, I hope you found this beneficial, and thanks again, and I'll see you in the next installment.